All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Sunday Evening with Roxanne. Give it a second. We'll give it a few minutes for people to pop in. There's a few people. Hello, welcome. Say hello into the chat. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you're going to hear tonight. Appreciate you all coming in. And Happy New Year to everybody. Hello, Leticia. Hi, darling. How are you? Very good. Checking something else. There's some more people. Hello, Robin. Hello, Kevin. I'm sure Annie's there. Say hi to Annie for me if she's not watching. Hello, Kevin Rott. Hello, Jillian. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Smitty. Thanks all for coming. And there's Sandra. Dom. Hello, Dom. Thanks all for tuning. Sunday evening. If you don't mind, give us a thumbs up. And if you like what you hear, if you haven't subscribed, we've added some subscribers recently. That's really good. Go ahead and feel free to subscribe. Christopher, welcome. Look at you all. Dog Lego lover. Oh, hey, Michelle. How are you? Dog Lego lover. What a handle. I love it. It's Michelle from us. Hi, sweetie. All right, everyone. Now there's Brenda. Hey, hey. And Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How are you, darling? I miss you. Much love from Canada. And of course, hey, Boo. What's up, Nay? My Texan connection. Right over there in Houston. All right. There we go. I think we can get it on now. Have a little chat. Yeah. So I did one of my private classes with a student, and she's here in the chat tonight. And you know, when you're just being yourself, it is absolutely fundamentally, remember that, fundamentally amazing. It's because it's fundamental. It's amazing what information that can come to you. And it happens to me a lot. I get some of the coolest freaking information, and it's all about it's applicable to my world. That's what you need to understand. Okay. Humans have a vast appetite for trying to fix the mirror. And anyways, we were talking about something, and I said, don't lie to the mirror because you're just lying to yourself. And we both looked and said, damn, that was good. She goes, I need to write that down. Hi, Anna. I need to write that down, you know. And I said, God, that was good, right? So as we discuss our world and as we peel away the layers, we discuss our individual world sharing through our mirror, we learn about ourselves, okay? And what we really need to accent, if you are truly interested in understanding how things truly work, they truly work because it's unconditional. So all of your truths are working. That's the truth of it. That's what you need to see. It's that it's absolutely 100% applicable to you each and every time. Any amount of energy that you put into a valuable idea, whether it's a belief, an external focus, it's a relationship, you create that truth, you create that experience. And this is how your world is being created. This is what invites the things around you. Your mind has a set of particular standards that it grew up with. And those standards are based upon a human structure of, I don't know, I'm a God. And the only possibility of reality is an experience of positive and negative and everything in between. I can be absolutely ecstatic and I can suffer the dregs of my own existence. We have that experience as we are created in ourselves, creating our fractal in our own reality, ourselves, and experience the vast beauty of polarity, of separation. Okay, so we wake up and start to learn. What I know is I create my reality. I don't manifest my reality. I don't know how to take light and bend it and make it like, a pair of glasses. I can't bend the light to make them. These are here because I went out and bought them. And that's what my reality is. That's my understanding of reality. I don't take this cell phone that is being destroyed and exploding and being destroyed and exploding each and every time I move it. Every second. I can't manifest it over and over again. I can't. I don't know how to do that. So I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested is understanding how this cell phone came into my reality. How my glasses came into my reality. How my stand that I just knocked over came into my reality. How all of these things are manifesting themselves through an attraction. What can I learn about the reality around me if I look at the particulars of value? Then I'm externalizing. So I stopped looking at the importance of things, the purpose of things, the meaning. Oh, the frickin' seductive. What a frickin' harlot meaning is. She is a seductive bitch, and she'll put you to bed and lull you to sleep and keep you absolutely distracted. Meaning is meaningless. Life is meaningful. Existence is meaningful. It's full of existence. And that's a relationship thing that you must understand in your kingdom, masters. That those things that you particularize value become a focus, and a focus generates energy in a relationship, and therefore it draws in the match, the vibrational relationship to reinforce your reality, your best friend reality. You lie to your reality, you're lying to yourself. You're being a structure. You understand that's an external reality, don't you? You can see that. You have a parts of you that are inherent, and you all can touch it, and you all can feel it. You may not trust it. You may not know it very well, but you know it's there. And it's a part of you that you've spoken with many times of your life. And it tells you a truth that doesn't have debate. It doesn't have an opposing side. It's not argumentative. It is a slipstream of consciousness that bathes you in its grace of its existence. And you know those choices. You do. All of you do. When you don't choose them, you become the value of whatever the mirror is holding for you, which is, of course, your reflection manifestation, right? And it's an object. It can be a person. It can be an idea. It can be a destination. It could be a place to live. It could be a car. It could be a job. It doesn't matter. It's an external value. And then your frequency, your vibration that you're putting out, what you put out is what you get back. Law. What you put out is what you get back. Law. Don't forget the law. You're putting out that energy, and then it's a structure of an external relationship. So if it's a dependency, you create a vibration from the will of the now. You speak the language of vibration. You put that intent of dependency into that. And then maybe I am responsible for this idea, and I am a structure. And then that is the limitation, masters, of your reality. That is the limitation of the possibilities of change. That is the limitations of what can be actually manifested out of this bending light that you have nothing to do with. It's on its own. No effort, effortless gods. And get the world that is matched to that. It's matched. I realized that all of my money problems in the past was because I was coveted a money problem idea from my parents. Not their fault. They had money problems and they grew up dirt poor and all this stuff. And it was this whole thing. So I just, oh, this is what life is. This is what life. So I can sit here and be a ninny and blame and yell and scream and blame and be a victim. And I did. I was a victim. I was upset. I was blamed. I was betrayed. I was all those things. So I may know the greatness of me feeling the experience of being a victim, feeling the experience of being used and betrayed by the people that are supposed to love me. They were duly obligated by the Bible that your parents are supposed to take care and love you. That's what it said. That's what church taught me. And they failed. They failed. They failed. So I played that and I lived and bathed in that wallow. And I could, and it's not wrong. That was the first thing I learned. That was the first thing I learned. It's not wrong. I've never been wrong in my fucking life. Wrong is an opinion. It's opinion based on someone's point of view. But my internal reality, I realized if I claim that I'm wrong, then I am wrong. I become wrong. I live and feel and breathe wrong. How great it is to be separated. But then I grew up and I see it's not them, it's me. It's the relationships that I'm putting. And see, I have the veil. Do I have a veil? I have a veil. I want a veil. Maybe we just do the glasses thing. I need to get a veil. I'm going to get a veil. I'm going to get something to put on. Some props. We got to have more props, right? So I put on the belief system of victim. And then all of my mind starts giving me the value of victimization. And it brings in memory thoughts to reinforce that I'm a victim. And I argue the victimization. Mastery. I was so good at being that. I was so good at it. I was really good at it. And then I realized if I keep talking about it, then I keep getting it. So I'm not a victim because that was externalization, causality, cause and effect, blame, and every other label you can put with that. So I realized if I'm going to understand money, then I got to understand my fear. I got to understand my fear. It was a fear. It was a fear that I would always lose it. So when I got it, I made sure I spent it because I didn't want to lose it. And who was going to take it away? I don't know. It didn't matter. It didn't freaking matter who was going to take my money away because I had the fear of loss. It was never about how, it was always the loss. So I had to look at the loss. I was like, I deserve money. I'm allowed to have money. It's the same as water. Right? Water. It's the same unless I change the relationship with it. That's my mirror. If I'm having a bad time with the mirror, the object of abundance, of money, then I'm going to have a bad time with it. So I had to learn. I had to grow up. I had to say, Roxy, you're going to have to be okay with being poor, which was first step, and being afraid and accepting the losses that were coming. And my mirror showed me the experience, but it never showed me the actual happening because I wasn't fearing the actual downfall. I was experiencing and focused in the now on the actual experience itself, the loss, but there's nothing to lose because the loss itself is what I'm experiencing. That's the belief. It was the loss. It was the fear. It was the relationship, the veil I was having with this object called money. People have no problem with money and they manifest it all the time because they didn't have a relationship coveted about money that was lacking. I did. So my lack of money created that. So I transcended that by not worrying about it. And it was very difficult and it was very scary. And I wanted to take precautions and I wanted to do things to make sure, but I didn't. I trusted the unknown. I trusted to live on the edge. I trusted to show that if I'm vibrating my authentic, I'm going to show myself that my mirror will give me my authenticity. And my authenticity was not validating, the idea of loss or fear or the crappy relationship I have with money. And therefore, money is not an issue anymore. I don't have it falling out of my ass, but I always have money in the now. I pay all my bills, and I'm not afraid about the future. My entire life, when I got out of the military in 1995, I've never worked in a paycheck idea. I had to earn it. I was in sales all the way up until I got to Odyssey of Ascension. And I don't have someone paying me for doing a job. I'm making sales. I'm broke at the beginning of the month. And you guys come to me and you donate and you take my classes and you give me the abundance for the value of exchange. And that's how it played down here. And I had to be okay with that. My God, I had to be okay earning money for just being a teacher. I had a relationship with, see, when I was a salesman and I worked 80, 85 hours a week, every day for 20 fucking 5 motherfucking years, I worked my ass off. That gave me permission up here, folks. Relationship, pay attention. It'll tell you everything about your mirror, what's going on. That I am allowed to have that money. And of course, I didn't know. I gave it to my ex-wives, and it was just funneled in. But I earned it, and I was proud, and I had an identity. See, that was a relationship thing. And then when that crumbled, and then I was left with me. Oh my God, I didn't know who the hell I was. I didn't know how to handle anything because I had structure after structure and people in place that helped me get through my life. And then I'm naked, I'm vulnerable, I'm afraid. And I have all these beliefs and I'm scared shitless. But I took a chance on Roxanne. Monumental move. Absolutely. So heartwarming to become the vibration that is in you and express it in whatever way. And it doesn't matter if it's, transgender or pansexual or gay or straight. It's not that. It's not the specifics. It's never, ever. Oh my God, masters, pay attention. Hello, Dave. It's never about the specifics. It's always about the relationship, right? So I realized my relationship with these things was based upon if it was my truth, my worthiness. I had to start, when I chose Roxanne, my life started getting better. I was working stuff out still, but I noticed the little tiny things of this thing and that thing happening when my parents said, hey, you know what? You're infringing upon our retirement. You're going to have to move out now because my unemployment ran out. Searching for jobs. I never got hired in the car business, la-di-da-di everybody. And that moment when they said that, I surrendered. I fell into the mirror and said, okay, Osifius, when I wouldn't even talk to him at the time, but I was in a law of attraction meeting. So I knew there was a whole self, or at the time it was a higher self. I said, okay, higher self. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. And show me. Those were the words. I said, show me. And I got miracle after miracle after miracle. Every time, because I surrendered to my total, which it worked through effort, but only worked in polarity means. My thinking, my intention, my everything, here's how I handle life. Self, those beliefs were just fucking in 3 ways from Wednesday. So I surrendered. And the mirror showed me something. It said, hey, here's this, and this, everything you need. There you go. You okay now? I was like, yeah. Can you make it better? No. Don't get stupid with me. Just learn and start understanding who you are. Not who you are not. But all my structures was, I thought who I was. And I kept on energizing those veils. So if I kept on saying, this is the truth, I get back, this is the truth. Right? So everything came down to relationship. Everything comes down to it's happening now. You know, if I'm having a time with a memory, I'm going to have an argument with my memory. I'm having a defining justification for a future. I'm having an argument or a justification with my memory. Because the future comes from the past. We all understand that, right? For those of you who are new, there is no possibility of knowing any futures because when you think about a future, it's coming out of your memory. The future is never, and the past is never. It's always now, and it's a relationship. So your memories, because you have a memory through your memory, but it's actually happening now. It could have happened 10 years ago, and it did happen 10 years ago. It's not invalid, but what it is the experience is now. So I knew that my future, my fears were based off my past. So I said, what happens if I don't validate the futures? What happens if I don't take precautions? What happens if I don't be safe and secure? Okay, let's find out. Thank you so much, Amanda. Amanda with the super chat. Thank you, darling. What happens if I let go and find out? And I said to myself, okay, Roxy, you're a Sagittarian. You live on the edge. You're a fire sign. Jupiter is your planet. I had all of that stuff, and it gave me a big, fat, try it out and find out. Take a chance on yourself. So I stopped. And I had people that supported me. Debbie right there. Debbie Ann Lachelle in the chat, everybody. Give her some love. Her and her husband took care of me in the scariest times of my life. Scariest times. They gave me a place to stay. You know, they gave me things to do when they were out of town. I took care of their dogs down on that gorgeous little house there out in the country, you know, where you got wild pigs and coyotes, and it's just beautiful. And it was such a beautiful. And they pay me. They give me abundance, and they let me have their car. And I was so afraid. I was so fucking afraid because I had no identity. I start losing my identity. In the car business, I was the car business. I was this, I was that. I had structure, I had purpose, I had meaning. I knew what I was going, I was what I was going to do, and I had reason to get out of bed. But now I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing to myself, right? So I gave it up, and I lived fear. I lived it. I let it become my bedmate. And the fear never manifested. See, what's manifesting, folks, is the feeling, the interpretation through the beliefs. But what happens when you stop validating the beliefs and then surrender and accept the beliefs? Well, then they become you. And when they become you, you learn them. Masters, if there's anything you get out of tonight, listen to those words one more time. You learn them. You educate yourself about loss, not losing something. That's externalism. About the vibration of loss itself that you hold in your heart. And you feel the anxiety of loss. You feel the fears of loss. And the future looks gloomy and dooming, and you're not certain. And your mind is bombarding you with thousands of ways to ease the pain, to give yourself an escape, to make it better. And you don't do it, masters. You don't do it. You don't run and hide and fix. You bathe. You bathe in it. You feel it. You love it. You love it. You fall in love with it. Thank you, Sophie. That's very sweet of you. For Debbie, yeah. You just feel it. You just feel it. And what happens is, then I literally wasn't under it. You know, the loss wasn't above me, looming. The loss was, wait a minute, I understand this now. Because the loss is not happening. The loss is the experience. Do you see it? Did you see it with me, folks? Okay. Hang on. We're going to get back to it. Let me look at this. And Nudie. That's right. Nudie. Oh, I miss Nudie. Oh, Debbie. I'm struggling with my mother-in-law until we're back on our feet in this economy and get an apartment. And it's hard in Maine, Massachusetts. She's so toxic and negative. How can I possibly protect my energy? Okay, everyone, we're going to have a class here. Now, Amanda, you're going to get some education tonight. So I need you to do something for me, okay? I need you to do something for me. I need you to look at your mind and listen to all the reasons it's going to fight for Amanda's identity. Because right now, as I speak to you, it's going to start bringing in thoughts. And you have to be a master of ascension, and you have to remain the observer and let your thoughts run around like the dog in the backyard running around, okay? Look at the word. Everyone look at the word. I'm gonna pay attention to the chat, folks. She's so toxic and negative. How can I possibly protect my energy? She's not attacking you. She's not attacking you. Your relationship is that she's negative and toxic. And she could be. But you cannot fend against that because you're inviting attack when you defend. It's the first act of war is defense. So what you have to do is accept her. And I need you to do something. If you really want out of this identity that you're having a good time with because it's still there and you're validating and you're not recognizing in your thing, in your reality, that you're maintaining that world, you are shutting down the opportunities of change. Don't let your mind sell you. Don't fight for your excuses. Do not do that. You deserve better. And I can give it to you if you listen and humble yourself, swallow your pride and listen. Amanda, say yes to the change. I'm ready to go. Tell yourself, no matter without the fights or reasons to talk about how shitty my life is and what's going on in the economy and all that crap, I'm ready for the miracle. That's it. You say yes to you, not to them, not to your higher self, not to your guides, not to anyone outside of you, because, sister, there ain't nobody else. So you need to understand this is for you. The separated self deserving its own worthiness to be returned. So just say yes to the change. Forget about the reasons why, Amanda. Stop fighting for the reasons. That's how you maintain the relationship with reality. Oh my God, she just writes, everyone. Oh my God, I quit my job, made way more money hourly, got taxed like hell every week, was miserable, but I quit and took a less stressful job and don't make as much. Good. And claim 4 on your taxes. Don't claim 1 or claim 0. How ludicrous. Forget about owning money at the end of the year. Don't worry about it. Take your money now. Live now. Or you want that big payday so once a year you can go blow it and feel good about yourself. That is a structure. That's where you have to look. It doesn't matter if you do that. I'm not saying you do it or don't. You have to look at the relationship. But the universe gave me abundance because I trusted my decision. After 16 years, I left and boom, I'm making a little less, but way happier. Right. And don't worry about, hang on, I got to hit the skip ad things. I don't want an ad to hit me in the middle. Isn't that the most annoying fucking thing? These mid-rolls now. What's wrong, YouTube? You haven't made enough money, Google? You haven't made enough money to where in the middle of an ad, you have a standardized freaking mid-roll? Oh, you freaking greed. It's a 7 deadly sin, but it's not a sin. It's a relationship. You don't need to be greedy because you have everything you need in the now. Everybody has everything they need in the now. I learned that. I'm living proof of it. I create versions of reality that match my authenticity as long as I'm true to myself. So you must get to know you and stop fighting for the outside. Stop fighting for the mirror. Don't lie to the mirror. Tell the truth. The internal truth, despite what's reflected, despite the feedback, the blowback, the consequences that your mind sells you through fear. Live the fear, experience the fear, but remain authentic. Because I promise you, the mirror, your best fucking friend, will never fail you. Anytime you have a problem about the mirror, that's here. That's this. That's the veil. Because your reality by nature is unconditional. Reality by nature is unconditional in its love, in its perfect, in its harmony, in its resonance. I swear to you. But you must become your own master. You must recognize your horseshit. You must own your fucking bullshit. And then you can choose if you want to change it. But if you don't change it, that's not wrong, because no one's judging you. No one cares about you. No one's looking at you going, oh, I don't know. It's just how you're creating your reality. See, it's up to you, but now you realize that you can do things different. It takes courage, commitment, the discipleship of Ascension, the discipline to be a mature God instead of a childish human going, eh. And I was a big baby. I was scared, screaming, hollering, anger, throwing, cussing, mother, and all that stuff. But I lived it so I can understand why I came here. To understand the greatness of separation, to know everything it is not to be a God. Yes, Amanda. To know everything it is to not be a God. How great it is to not be a God. To be afraid. To be scared in your own world. To be empty and need an external validation. Whether it is my own posturing pride to say, oh, you did good, or someone else validating me. Imagine the freedom you have when you have no acceptance needs any longer. Oh my God, it is the Garden of Eden. It is more than that, it's the Garden of the Gods. And all of you have it within your reach. But you got to take the journey inside. You got to create your observer, and you got to look at your own reality and notice what the fuck's going on with your mind and the beliefs and everything. And you don't have to get a hold of it. You don't need to control it. You just need to surrender to it. And you'll know what to do. You'll know what to do each year. You know, little by little, bit by bit, you know what to do. 13 years I've been Roxanne, and it has been the best 13 years of being a human I can ever have imagined, because I'm aligned with myself. And this alignment started me on deconstructing the things that are no longer valuable to me that I held as identities. I enlightened myself by the recognition of my own truths, my own identity. I'm posturing, and I said, I can change that. And I'm afraid, and I'm scared, and I don't know what it is, but every now I seem to be rocked in the bosom of grace of my own fucking existence. Tell me a better story. Ain't one. Right? Ha! And then you get to play. Did you know, masters, that making a decision is absolutely irrelevant to the way your life plays out? The now the now creates timelines because we live in time. So we put things linearly, and that's the experience of human. So we're here and we have a decision to make. We create two different realities. We think about them both and we do our best, but none of those are happening. It's all happening in the now. And then we make a choice that creates this reality. And then we can think about this reality and that reality. Hindsight 2020, we could have better decision, because this reality, our interpretation in the now says it's not good, and this one would have been better. Impossible, because it's still a relationship in the now. Because when you're on this one, and that one is going to be the same person you are over here. So your relationship with this one is going to be just as shitty as this one. You're going to find it because you are the same person. You remember the people that say, oh, I'm going to move to get a fresh start? You ain't changing shit. You might be changing your zip code, but you're not changing stuff, because you're bringing you with you. So if you bring you, nothing changes. It's all your kingdom. Look, we have 32 people in the chat. 32 people watching. That's phenomenal, guys. I really, really appreciate you guys interested in this, because it is the greatest information that I've ever come up with. And I'm not coming up with it. It's being given to me because I'm attracting it. Because I'm a God that's remembering. So this intelligence is lying within me to shine this light, and you get to pick it up because it's free. It's yours. You have the light within your inside of you. And you can do it. Oh, it's such good stuff. So I discovered, look, I got a Carfax right here. It's a 2021 Subaru Crosstrek, right? So I was looking at that. My car has a weird vibration in it. I looked up the bulletin. I'm a car person, so I understand what to do. And there's a possibility it's this thing, and to fix it, it might be this much. And I said, well, it's got pretty good miles on it still, and it's free and clear. My mom gave it to me. You all know the story behind that. And when she passed, she gave me the car, and I can trade it in and get another car. And then the mind goes, well, what's, over here, watch everybody, pay attention. Good stuff here, good stuff, okay? Watch. So over here, I was like, well, I have a car with no car payment. And this one is like 24 grand, a couple grand down, the car payment, maybe 3,000, whatever, 4,000, whatever the trade is, 3,000, whatever. And I'm going to be about a $500 payment. I'm not going to go 72 months or anything insane like that. So I may have a little higher payment and go to shorter term. So, and I don't know what the rate's going to be, because I have a great credit score, but I don't have depth, because I stopped using credit 10 years ago, became a ghost, got a card, build my credit up. We all do that stuff with credit. So I don't know. See, my mind's debating, well, here's the positive and negatives over here, and here's the positive and negatives over here. So none of that's true. They're not true in the idea they're choices. I can make them true. They're potentials. Okay. And when I say true, just to clarify, true or false is not what I'm talking about. Okay, never, ever put false with true again, and you'll save yourself a whole bunch of fucking grief. What it is it your truth? To buy this car is a potential. I don't even know if I can get finance for it. I have no idea. But I can go and find out, and then I can make a decision. But making this decision, listen to me, doesn't affect my life. It changes my life. I realized it changes my life. It doesn't affect my life. That relationship change freed me up. I can stay with this car, which has got good mileage. It's a 2013. It's 10 years old, and it's got 75,000 miles on it, right? Hi, Lucia. Mwah. Good to see you, my darling. Lucia Cabros. It's a little 4-door car. It's red. I put new wheels on it. I fixed the bumper. I did a little work to make it look nice, and we're driving it around, and it works, and it gets me from A to B. I'm no more Ubering. It's great. It was an evolution attraction because I was worthy of myself. I didn't dictate what was coming. What came was my match, and I don't have say in it, nor do I need to, because I don't need to control reality, because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to manifest. I know how to relate, though. authentically. So, and then if over here, I wouldn't have a car payment, insurance would be the same. But over here, oh, more car payment, nicer car. I would take this car to drive it straight out to California and see my friend Vicky. Drive down to Pleasanton and see my friend Debbie. You know, my car would do that here. But I don't know if it would make to California. It might be a little iffy. You know, but either way, in the now, it'd be okay. It would be okay. Thank you, Beatrice. So think about it. If I do this one, my payment, I have a payment now. So what? Pay attention with me. It's good shit. So then I have to think about, a budget. So maybe I need to put into place opening up sessions again or promoting more stuff so I can offset that payment. No. No, you don't have to do that. You know what you do? You know what you do? You just choose it. And the authenticity of you takes care of the car payment. The abundance is manifested just like water, just like air. Because the relationship is the same. I don't put value one over the other. It's all the value of my reality now is my relationship to the world now. And it took me a long time to get there, folks. This is not an overnight fucking shit. Get rid of the red pill fucking bullshit and then it all goes away. Nah, this is a grind. This is an evolution. This is work on yourself. So I've done that. I represent that. It's possible. So then I would create the abundance that would have the car payment. I'm not going to change my lifestyle. I'm not going to change anything about it. I don't need to because I'm not putting a value on that as something I need to manage or control or prepare for. That changes my authenticity, changes the mirror. I experience that if I choose that posture. If I don't, I'd be my same awesome. Whether I get the car or not is irrelevant. It's a choice. So if I get the car, I'm going to have the abundance. Of course I am, because I'm God. Ta-da! Hi, Tam. Because I'm God. All right, guys, listen. All of you are gods. You're creators. You are the gestalt of all that is. You are so large, so beautiful, so bright, and you only get bigger and brighter every single nanosecond, every now. And you play in a game that is an experience beyond all other experiences. If there is thing as measuring, we are in the master class. And we deserve it because we're good at it. We're all good at evolution. We're very, very good at evolving species. And we deserve now to evolve ourselves. Okay? So watch this again, get some stuff out of it. There is a lot of diamonds, a lot of gems in here, a lot of good stuff to help you see the light within your kingdom and allow you to bring that light out without being veiled and let that purity bounce off of that best fucking friend, your reality, and come back to you and say, here you go, beautiful. Mwah. And it gives you your unconditional love in return. You deserve it, each and every one of you. Okay? Good. So I'd like to add one thing in. My classes are starting Tuesday, the Ascension classes. This is the stuff that everything here, everything I talked to tonight comes from the curriculums that I teach. 10 years of work, 10 years of the mirror, 10 years of people beating me up, showing me how much I'm doing it to myself. The mirror gave me exactly what I wanted. It showed me, you need to look at you, Roxy. It ain't on the outside, it's the inside. So this Tuesday, the classes start. It's every Tuesday. And they're month-long classes, 150 for the month. That's 4 classes. There's 4 different things we work on: recognition, transcendence, vibrational tactician, which is, what card am I holding up? If you have more than one thought, that's what you need to recognize. We all know it's the 8 of diamonds, but you just have to find and trust within yourself. It is the 8 of diamonds, right? You guys all have it. That's vibrational tactician. And of course, persona development, finding the truest nature of yourself and letting that light right here on earth, showing that I am does exist. We all know I am not exist. All these people being not gods, it's obvious. Where's the gods? That's persona development, right? Yes, Amanda, look inside. So those classes start Tuesday, 150, 7 p.m. every Tuesday. They are recorded. So if you can't make it to the class, you get the recordings. And plenty of people live on the recordings. Plenty of people overseas get them. I have Norway, the Cape Town, Denmark, Germany, UK, and one in Greece. So there are people that listen to the recordings. And of course, you get time with me. We do our one-on-ones and we talk about things and we enlighten together, fucking together, one and all. Okay? Yes, language of lights. Perfect. All right, everyone. Listen, I love you so much. I appreciate you all coming in on this wonderful Sunday evening with Roxanne. You guys go rock your reality. Follow your heart, your intuition. Learn the difference through vibration. Learn the discerning self. Learn these tactics. If you don't want to learn them, do it yourself. But the schools will teach you those things. But you don't need them if you don't want them. It's not your joy. It's still within your kingdom. You are a God. Don't doubt that. Don't discount that. And don't look for proof of it. Allow it to show you. Allow your mirror, yourself, your kingdom, your God, your I am to show you that you truly are that beautiful. Okay? All right. All right. Oh, look at Arthur. How you doing? Arturo, good to see you. Mwah. All right, everyone. I love you. We'll see you next week. If you have any questions in the meantime, you know what to do. Down below is odysseyofascension.com. You have a contact. You can get a contact. And also, in the link is, and at the website is the Ascension classes. If you want to click at that, read about me, you can also email me. And if you have any questions. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks all for joining in. Thank you for your massive support. Over 35 people in here. That was phenomenal for a live for me. It shows the light is growing brighter. Good night, everyone. Go be awesome. I love you all.